Hi everyone. So today is day 28 of September Lead Coding Challenge, and on this day we'll be solving this problem sort array by parity. So in this problem, there is an array of integers. It is called nums, and half of the integers in the nums are odd, and half of them are even. And we need to sort the array so that whenever this nums I is odd, and whenever nums I is even, I is even. And we can return any array that satisfies this condition. So basically what we have to do that after making some rearrangements in these nums, the final situation should be that if the index is odd, the number at that position should be odd, and if the index is even, then the number at that position should be even. And seeing the output for the first example, we can see that it has considered zero based indexing. That's why it is even and then odd, then even and then odd. And like for this example, there are these answers are also acceptable because here it is also even odd even odd, and here also it is even odd even odd, and here also it is even odd even odd. And for the example 2, the only situation is 2 comma 3, because there is only one even and only one odd, so there is only one place for even and there are only one place for odd, so there is only one possibility. So that's why the output is 2 comma 3. And now we can take a look to the constraints. So we can see that the length of the array a nums is up to 2 into 10 power 4, and this nums dot length is even. So the reason, obviously this nums dot length should be even because the number of odd elements and number of even elements are same. So these two equal quantity will add up to make an even number, and half of the integers in the nums are even and half of the integers in the nums are odd, and each value present inside this nums is less than equal to 1000. And in the follow-up it has been said that can we solve it in place. So obviously we will try to solve it in place in the first attempt also. So let us try to understand that what can be the number of elements present at. So basically I will be trying to understand that how many odd elements are at even indices, how many odd elements are odd indices, and how many odd elements are even indices, how many even elements are at odd indices, and how many even elements are at even indices, right? So in the end, what we want that all the even elements should be present at even indices and all the odd elements should be present at odd indices. So we know that there are total n by 2 even elements, right? And n by 2 odd elements. So I have added these two quantities to get n by 2, and I have added these two quantities to get n by 2, because it has been stated in the problem that there are half odd numbers and half even numbers. Now let us assume that there are a odd elements at odd indices. Then obviously there should be n by 2 minus a elements at even indices, and suppose that there are b even elements at even indices, basically at their correct positions. So due to this sum, we can say that there are n by 2 minus b elements present at odd indices. Now we also know that since this nums dot length is even, then there will be n by 2 even indices and there will be n by 2 odd indices. So this thing is also n by 2. So there are total n by 2 odd indices. So the sum of this quantity a and sum of this quantity n by 2 minus b should be n by 2. So basically this will look like n by 2. This will look like a plus n by 2 minus b equals to n by 2. So we can cancel this thing. So this will give us that a is equal to b. So we can now replace b with a. So this is actually a, and this is also actually a. So we can see that these two quantities are same with each other, and these two quantities are also same. So the number of odd elements present at their correct indices are equal to number of even elements present at their correct indices, and number of odd elements present at their incorrect position is also equal to number of even elements present at their odd positions. So what we can do, we can iterate over the array, and we can have two vector. One vector I will call even, one vector I will call odd. So this even vector will contain the odd elements that are present at even indices, and this even in vector will contain the even elements that are present at odd indices. So basically these will contain the indices at which the numbers are placed wrongly. So we will be storing indices, not numbers, and we will iterate over and we will make this vector. Now this vector should have equal sizes, because we saw that this n by 2 minus a is equal to n minus 2 minus b. Actually this b is a, so that's why these two quantities are equal. So what we can do, we can take one element from this even vector and one from this odd vector. So this will initially this will contain the indices of the elements. So we will swap the elements present at this indices. So after swapping, what will happen? So this element contained a number, index of a number that was placed at odd index but was even. But after swapping, this element has gone to the even in the to the place of even index, and this odd number has gone to the odd index. So if we are swapping these two wrongly placed numbers, then they will be then returning to their original positions. So after doing such swap, this quantity will reduce by 1 and this quantity will also reduce by 1, because we have swapped these two things, right? So after doing n minus 2 minus a swaps, the number of such this kind of number and this kind of number will reduce to 0, and that is when this whole array will be sorted or arranged in the required condition. So we just need to do what we can take corresponding indices and swap the numbers at that position. So this is what we will be doing, and the time complexity is order n, obviously, because we are iterating over the nums to construct these numbers, and the iteration for this second step depends on how many elements are present at their wrong positions. So that is also at most order n, and we are doing it in place because we will be doing the swap of the in the nums array at in the nums array itself. We won't be using some other array, and space complexity is order n, because we will be storing at max n by 2 indices here, n by 2 indices here. So the space complexity is order n, time complexity is order n, and we are solving this problem in place. So we can start implementing this. So first of all, what we will be doing, we will be storing the number of elements present in the nums, and now we will declare a vector for storing the indices of the even elements that are at their wrong positions, and we'll also declare a vector called odd. Now we can iterate over the nums vector, right? So if nums of I mod 2 is equal to 1, that means that the number is odd but the I is even, then that this index I should go inside the odd vector, right? Because it means that this odd number is present at the even index. And similarly, if the nums I mod 2 is 0 and I mod 2 equals to 1, then that should go inside the even vector. Now what we can do, we can iterate over the odd and even. So actually even dot size is equal to odd dot size, because we just look at how those were equal. So we can iterate over them and we can swap nums. We can swap odd I, even I. So elements at this indexes, right? So nums odd I and nums even I. So we can swap these two elements to reduce the number of mismatched elements at odd and even. So first of all, what we'll be doing, we'll be using a temporary vector, temporary variable called temp. Now I can do what I can do, nums or I is equal to this, and in the end nums even I is equal to temp. So this will swap the two variables for us. So in the end, what we need to do, can return the nums vector, because that has been sorted in place. So we can try to run it on the sample test cases to check for the compilation errors. So it is working, we can submit it. Yeah, it got accepted. So thank you guys. See you again on day 29 of the September Lead Coding Challenge. Until then, keep lead coding.